Welcome to Judge TV, where emotions and the law meet. Today, we are going to talk about the office world Farah Gabris versus Rajan and Jackie Shetty, $9,000. Plaintiff, Farah Gabris. Defendant, Rajan and Jackie Shetty. Cause, Farah was allegedly demoted from the role of main host to weekday reporter, despite still receiving the same salary. Conflicts continue to break out, arguments continue, everyone has their own arguments. How will Judge Mathis decide?
Thank you. State your name.
Farah Gabris.
Ma'am,
Rajan Shetty.
Jackie Shetty.
all right. And ma'am, you are suing the Shettys for $9,000, alleging they owe you this money for demoting you on a contract. Changing the contract is the essence of it, breaching it for the remaining salary that you are owed. So give me some background on what we're talking about.
Correct, yes. So we signed a contract for 1 year stating
To do what?
that I would be the main host of our online entertainment show.
Okay, what was the total amount of the contract?
I was paid $4,500 a month for 12 months.
$4,500 a month for 12 months. So tell me how that went.
I was the main host. I essentially was in charge of the show and taking back to the weekday reporters who were interviewing celebrities on the red carpet. I was also interviewing celebrities in their homes, and it was a very great position because the celebrities really liked me a lot.
Sir, why don't you all tell me about how things went? First the contract, and then how things went once you all began.
I started working in production when I was 19 years old, and I started as a writer and a producer on many shows, and I really helped a lot of people to make their dreams come true. I met my wife on one of those sets, and when we got married, she really encouraged me to follow my dream, which was to create my own show. Now, the only objective of this show was to televise it on television. But the digital age is upon us, and digital shows are doing just as good and
You weren't
popular.
gonna get no TV deal anyway. Go ahead. You act like you had a choice. You get 10,000 people pitch shows a year. 200 pilots are made. Out of the 200 pilots, they make about 120 of them come to air. Out of that 120, about 70 return. So the odds are 70 out of 10,000 that you would have gotten the show. So you didn't have no choice. You weren't lucky enough to get a show, so you had to go digital. That's what people do.
Well, you have to believe in your dream, so that's what I did, Your Honor.
All right.
And thanks to my wife, because she was working in a local newspaper, and at the time she had to work long jobs just to keep us going. My long-term working with a lot of celebrities gave me access to them, and when I told them about the show, they agreed to be on it. And at the time, our main host had to leave for a bigger opportunity in New York, which was unfortunate, but at the time we had to suddenly look for a more vibrant, creative host at the moment. We had about 105 women come in for audition.
I need to know what the contract with her was.
So with her, we signed a contract for...
It started July 1st, and it was
1 year?
Yes.
How much per month? Is it as she says?
Yes.
It is as.
Okay.
$4,500.
All right. So go ahead and continue. That was the contract. You were telling me about 100 or so women. Did your wife know about them 100 women you
She
were
was-
flirting around
Yes.
with?
She was in the room auditioning.
Man, he 100 deep. He got you beat by 10. All right. And you don't mind?
I was
This
part
man
of-
got 100 women on the side, and
So-
you don't mind.
So we actually started the Star Life together, and when we were looking
I want to
for...
know about these 100 women he was talking about. Don't
So-
try to change the subject. Man say he got 100 women. You got 100 women, sir.
We had the 100 women coming in, but exactly it was 105.
Coming in to
audition.
Oh, you didn't say that.
I was getting to that, Your Honor.
Well, you didn't say it quick enough.
103 came in, actually.
Yeah.
And Farah here was number 78, and there was just this quality to her that really stood
She
out.
was really model-esque, very fashionable. She had something new about her, and we did a mock interview with her, which we really liked at the time. And everyone in the office really liked her, so we called her in next day. We signed a contract with her, and we just trained her for 2 weeks straight. Unfortunately, after 10 months, her mother passed away, and she had to leave us, which was
For how
understandable.
long did she say she had to leave?
For 2 weeks.
Okay.
At the time,
Reasonable?
it is reasonable, yes.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Well, you didn't know how to cast right. What was your last show? I don't want you to tell your show, but you got to do a little better at
Your
casting.
Honor, Your Honor, we would like to present evidence.
I don't want to see it.
And later,
August 16,
You have to look
2021.
down and read when your house was burnt down.
Yes.
August 16,
No
2021.
wonder he in your basement.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Farah Gabris, who is suing Rajan and Jackie Shetty for breach of contract.
But at the time, we didn't have any other options to step in for the main host.
You got an operation to run, you got a show to run.
Exactly. Show business. The show must go on.
Which is where I asked my wife to give up on her daily job and step in as the host. She was also the writer on the show throughout this
How
entire
couldn't you
time.
find one of those other 100 and however many women?
So it was very short notice that she had to leave. So in that time
It was
crunch,
sudden, Your Honor.
Because you had to train them for 2 weeks.
Exactly. Your
So
Honor.
you'd have to select over the course
It
of
is-
probably a few
it is
days.
the face of our brand,
and
Your
then
Honor.
then train for 2 weeks. No, I'm trying to get to the fact that you already had over 100 candidates remaining. So, but you're trying to suggest that your wife had to quit her job
Well, she
in
was.
order to take it.
Your Honor, I was also working on the Star Life already as a writer, so
As a full-time writer.
Yeah,
for
but
the-
I'm talking about the other 100 candidates.
We didn't think that they were reflecting right values for our brand,
So there's no one else then. She was the only one out of over 100 people.
which is why we went with her, even though she had
That's
no
a yes.
experience.
She was the only one well, you didn't know how to cast right. What was your last show? I don't want you to tell your show, but you got to do a little better at casting.
Your Honor, we would like to present evidence.
I don't want to see it. All right, let me keep talking.
Okay,
All right, don't interrupt me to tell me what you want me to know. I'll tell you what I want to know, and I'll ask you the question.
That's fair,
Once
Your Honor.
again, casting, you have probably 10 times the number of roles that you want. And in this case, you had 100. And if you cast 100, sir, and you can only pick one.
We didn't cast them, Your Honor. We auditioned them. And out of that auditions, only one came
What
out
do you
valuable.
think casting is for television? Yeah, you're in the wrong business. All right, man, why are you suing them?
I'm suing because it was a breach of contract and I was demoted from my position as main host to weekday reporter.
Okay, so when you came back in 2 weeks, what were you told?
I was told that I was a weekday reporter and it was unknown. It was out of the blue. I didn't know about it beforehand. I just showed up to work and I was told that I was at a different position than what I was in my contract and what I was expecting to be.
I'm sorry, but you weren't demoted.
It was just a change of roles, and we kept the pay same as a main host.
Exactly.
Yes, but it's a different role. And as an artist, I have this level now. Yes, I didn't have any experience before, but I was able to show that I'm experienced and I'm able and capable to
But
take
we
that
gave you
role.
your first
And now
break.
I don't want to be cast as a reporter
Anyone have a
for
copy
other...
of the contract?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now see it, please, Amir. And does it specify the duties on the contract? Because she may not have taken that job if the duties weren't as she saw them to be.
Correct.
She may have said, no, this isn't big enough for me. I don't want to be a street reporter. I don't want that to be an option. I want what I'm asking for. What was it again?
Main host.
Yeah, I want to be the only job I'm taking is main host. I'll sign a contract for main host. I'm not signing no contract for no street reporter.
Weekday reporter, yes.
Weekday reporter. So that's the issue, is whether she, when she signed up, would only have considered the main reporter.
But Your Honor, we have it very specifically mentioned as the last point in the contract. Both the agency and employee have the right to terminate the contract at any time. And we did not terminate it. We merely just changed the roles.
But I didn't get a new contract.
Well, that's because you quit.
So if you didn't terminate it, then we don't have to discuss that. That's not an issue. The issue at hand is was the contract changed to accommodate a new position for you all that would satisfy you. And it says here that she wanted to be main host. It says nothing else about any other job other than main host.
Your Honor?
I wish they would here tell me that once I signed my contract here that I was on television, and next thing I know they say, Judge, can you hit that camera? Can you handle the camera?
Well,
Exactly,
you could be
sir.
bailiff.
Well, that's a good job because I'll be able to throw people down. But no, I wouldn't. Only if they got violent in here. No, but that's my point, sir. You can't switch a job if her priority in growing her career is main host. She may damage her career by going backwards.
Exactly.
So you can't just arbitrarily determine.
Judge Mathis observed, debated, and pointed out the roles of each person. Farah. The contract specified the main host role. The change harmed her career. Shetty. Farah took a 2-week break because her mother died. The company had to find a temporary host, kept her salary, no breach of contract verdict. Judge Mathis ruled in favor of Farah. Shetty had to pay $9,000.
We didn't have the option at the moment.
We saw
Your Honor.
tremendous growth.
We not only saw
Good.
tremendous
Tremendous growth.
Tremendous
A lot of
growth.
money.
So,
we had 25,000.
A lot of money. Tremendous growth is a lot of money. Pay her $9,000. Have a good day. You got your money. They made tremendous growth. A lot of money. Have a good day. She can't change her role arbitrarily.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The co-defendants have been ordered to pay $9,000.
Sir, I hope you know that this wasn't personal. We were trying to make a decision in line with our company's growth.
I understand, and I appreciate that, Mr. Shetty, but you betrayed me.
Coming up,
You said about a year, sir. Now it's 9 to 10 months. You were damaged by the fire? I hate that. I'm sorry you lost your home, but did you suffer smoke inhalation? You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
The second case is quite funny in this day and age for a seemingly simple reason. Phil Nicholson v. Joanne Garvey, $840. Plaintiff, Phil Nicholson. Defendant, Joanne Garvey. Cause, Phil was given shelter in the basement after a fire. Garvey cut off the electricity and water and kicked him out.
Sir, you're suing for $840, alleging the defendant forced you out of her basement by cutting off the lights and utilities. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Give me some background, and then we'll get to why somebody got to force you out their basement, like she your grandmother. Go ahead, let's hear, sir. Give me some background on
in
this.
my neighborhood of Idaho, you know, we had a wildfire, and my house burned down. So,
Sorry to hear that. When was that?
that was in
August 16,
Oh my
2021.
goodness! You got to look down to know when your house was fired.
2021.
Yeah.
August 16,
You have to look
2021.
down and read when your house was burnt down.
Yes.
August 16,
No
2021.
wonder he in your basement. Nobody else would take him in.
Yeah.
It actually,
When was it?
August 16, 2021 is when the house burned down.
What happened? 'Cause he's
yes,
still
he has-
traumatized
yeah, he's
and can't
very
answer
traumatized.
basic
Yes,
questions.
Yes, absolutely.
Go ahead.
I was one of the first ones to see the fire, and I ran out of my house. My dog ran behind me, and then we saw Phil on the street, and I said, hey, you could come and stay at my place in my basement until you get on your feet.
And so what was the understanding when he moved into your basement?
Absolutely.
Was he to be a tenant who pays you monthly rent? Was he to stay there a week, 2
Yes.
weeks, and then find alternative
The
housing?
understanding was, I have a copy of the contract actually.
Coming up,
When she said you're not doing a good job, you're not meeting up to the request the agreement that we made, what was your response to her then?
I said I am.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Phil Nicholson, who is suing Joanne Garvey for $840.
All right. Did you walk and feed the dogs every day?
To the best of my ability, I did.
All right. Cut the grass every day.
To the best of my ability, I did.
Rake the leaves.
Yes.
Clean the house every day.
Yes.
Okay, why do you have the best of your ability on cutting the grass and walking the dogs?
Because it might not have been up to her standards.
No, you said the best you could.
Yes.
Oh, so you lived up to her standards on
No, to
cleaning
the
the
best
house?
of my-
Quiet. You lived up to her standards on cleaning the house? Because when I said clean the house, you said yes. You didn't say to the best of my ability.
Right.
Now let's go over it again.
Okay.
Did you walk and feed her dog?
Yes.
Did you cut the grass?
Yes.
So why earlier when I asked you those two things, you said to the best of my ability?
Just did.
Okay. Did she mention to you at any time that you weren't doing a good job at these things?
After a year, yes, she did.
A year? How
Yeah.
long did you stay there?
I was there about, I don't know, 12
After
months.
about a little over a year, he finally moved out. But at 10 months, he started slowing down with the chores, but he was there over a year. He was there over a year.
And so after a year, that's the first time she began complaining?
Maybe towards the last, 9 or 10 months, yes.
You said about a year, sir. Now it's 9 or 10 months.
You
were
said-
damaged by the fire? I'm sorry you lost
No,
your
I was
home,
not.
but
Yes.
did you suffer smoke inhalation?
No, I did not.
Okay, because you seem very confused today. I'm sorry. You can get mad. You can think whatever you want to think. The
I'm not
people
mad.
watching, they see what's happening.
I'm
You
not
look at-
mad.
Yeah, well, don't look strange when I ask you if you're suffering from smoke inhalation because you're not prepared today at all
No,
to
I-
answer these questions. You don't even know the date it happened. The first time it was when did you tell her? Mention it to her. Oh, about a year after being there. Now we're down to 8 months. That's why I'm saying you may have had a little of that smoke go in you.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. When she said you're not doing a good job, you're not meeting up to the request the agreement that we made, what was your response to her then?
I said I am.
Okay, and then how did the exchange end?
She got mad and basically a little while later she locked the doors and turned off the thing and told me to get out.
As a part of that very conversation.
A few weeks after that.
Sir, you're very confused today. I'm sorry about the fire that you experienced at your home, but you're unable to prove your case today. You keep talking in contradiction of yourself, and secondly, you're very unable to respond to the questions I have that are most important. So I'm going to have to dismiss your case today, unfortunately. Bye-bye.
Argument. Phil did enough work, followed through to the best of his ability. Garvey. Phil did not complete the work properly, was late in completing the work plaintiff lost, failed to prove unfair treatment, case dismissed. Verdict. Judge Mathis ruled in favor of the defendant, Garvey, case dismissed.